All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. What's up, Veer? Daddy Ray, what's going on? What's up? Pick underscore at NF, huh? What's going on? 2 streams. That's right. We're doubling up. We're going crazy. I think that was Twitch. I don't think that was me. My internet never went out. I think sometimes, like my route that I take to the Twitch servers, I think sometimes gets obstructed. I don't really know. That's way over my head. I'm not smart enough to try to explain it, but I think that's what happens. Think Dustin, D. Bardone, Guilty, Chainsy, or Chains VV, Chains W, I'm not sure how to say it, and then Uncle Obi-Wan. Thank you for those follows. I appreciate that. Epic Poggers champion. That's exactly right. Epic Poggers champion. We are back. Can't believe Complexity and Furia play each other round 1 and probably the best round 1 match out of them all. That is crazy. And it definitely could be the best round 1 match. It is funny that we're playing North America Regional number 1. We got Furia, a fully South American team, taking on Complexity, a 2/3 South American team, 1/3 European team. NA wild and out. Anyone else sad we don't get to see Turbo? Absolutely. Absolutely. One other thing to mention about this is, and we kind of touched on it just a hair earlier, but regional number 3 for these splits is no longer open qualification. So to be invited to the 3rd regional, we got regional 1 and we already know who it is. We just looked at it. And then 8 of those teams are going to make it straight to regional 2, and there will be 8 more spots filled by the closed qualifier. And then regional 3, there is no close. There is no open qualifiers. It's just top 16 teams in points. And this is kind of what I was saying at the beginning of things. Like, last season, this stuff right here, to be honest, just didn't really matter. And I'm not saying, I don't mean it like literally. Like, the players obviously matter. The teams are doing well. They're winning money, right? So it matters. But like, what are you shooting for? When you land, or let me scroll up a little bit. When you land outside of top 8, your chances of making major are like none. All right? So last season, there was really nothing to talk about, but now there's something to talk about because these teams are fighting for that 3rd regional, essentially. And look, it's not like if Seoul doesn't make the 2nd regional, they may not make the 3rd regional either. Same for any of these teams. And then what's crazy is we may have a team that missed out on regional 1 that performs what, like, say, let's say Dark Zero, Little Step Bros qualify for regional number 2, and they make it like top 10. Well, they might earn enough points to be top 16 at RLCS regionals. So there's definitely like a unique aspect to things that wasn't present in last season, with the 3rd regional being top 16 in points rather than the normal open qual. It is overall points. You're exactly right, Fear. You're exactly right. Yep, it is overall points. It is overall points. So like the what I'm describing right now is really, it's going to be really volatile in the fall because it's like we're just starting the season. But by the time winter and spring rolls around, the top 16 is going to be probably a little bit more defined. What's up, Astroneer? Dig playing NRG? It does seem that way. It does seem that way. 1st and 16 usually play, yeah. McTie, 8 teams will be auto qual into the second regional. And then you'll have the closed qualifier just like we saw. I agree, Fear. It definitely does. This first one is like absurdly important. What's up, Blasky? All right, so we yapped a little bit about NA, looked at what's going on there. Tomorrow, I'm going to do power rankings. Tomorrow, I'll do power rankings. I'm probably just going to stick to top 10. While we got everybody here, Wednesday is going to be a charity stream. If you are familiar with Gamers Outreach, I'm going to be doing a charity stream. They do a big thing in October where they have a bunch of different streamers participate in I think they call it Spooktacular Streamathon. But Gamers Outreach is a charity that empowers hospitalized families through play. Our goal is to build a world where activity is easily prioritized as part of care. Video games are our tool of choice. Being in the hospital can be scary and isolating. Games give kids access to adventure and opportunities to socialize. Sometimes healthcare staff even use games to assist with treatment. Kids deserve a chance to be themselves. Video games inspire joy. They're a source of enrichment and relief. Our program restores a sense of normalcy in hospitals. We're helping kids heal by improving the patient experience. Currently support over 360 hospitals through the Gamers Outreach program. Have 1,400 or 1,400 plus of the Gamers Outreach carts in the wild, providing nearly 4 million plus play sessions annually. And our quest to provide all hospitals with games and entertainment continues. It's a really cool thing, man. It's a really cool thing. And we're gonna be doing that on Wednesday. So if you are wanting to, if you're feeling charitable, feel free to participate in that. But that's on Wednesday, and then Thursday I'm gonna do predictions and fantasy and all that good stuff, all the normal jazz. And then Friday is obviously it's go time. Best 5, quick answer, Fury versus Complexity. I mean, I'm going to say Complexity for now. Friday starts at 1 Eastern. Yeah, Friday will be team streams. Yeah, Friday is 1 Eastern. Can't find the bracket. It's probably not officially posted yet. But I do want to take a look at a couple other regions. We got OCE and APAC. They have also solidified their top 16 as well. So we'll just glance really quickly at the top 16 Invitational Qualifier. This is for OCE. We got Pioneers going 1, Power going 2, Ground Zero going 3, Gremlins, The Lake Show, Placeholders, Flying Kangaroos, and Lurkers. So those are your top 8 teams. We'll look at some of these other ones. We obviously know Pioneers. They've played in a couple of the majors. We know Power, which is Amphis and Torsos. Last season, it was Express. Express retired, and they've brought Fever over from Renegades. We got Ground Zero, who is Kaka, Finn, and Shores. Placeholders, who is Misty, Fiber, and Vortex. Who else was it? Lake Show, Placeholders, Flying Kangaroos. Gremlins, Cabo, Tonio, and Caleb. Flying Kangaroos is Sour, Baked Potato, and Airmac. Shout out to Baked Potato. That's a great name. The Lake Show is Sicky, Mock, and Hunter. And then Lurkers is Walcott, Lurky, and TK. So I just want to look at that real quick. And like I said, with some of these regions that I'm not going to be able to watch as much, I want to see the names That way we can at least remain in the know about who's qualifying, who's playing well, etc. So we'll keep an eye on these teams. Pioneers and Power, I think, are your two favorites for sure. But we have, here are the teams that qualified. Bandits, Some's parents, Goblins, Physicists, Usin, Cowabunga, Great Logo, Zawu, and Dubbo Demons. All right, so that's OCE. Do you want to take a look really quickly at APAC as well? Will 8 teams auto-qual for Winter and Spring Open? Yes, Overactor. Yes. This is the only time we'll have this Invitational Qualifier. What's up, California? NA main event and at the same time as the EU Top 16. Yeah, I wish it wasn't like that, but it is what it is. All right, so here's APAC. We got James Cheese, Tough Love, Gladiators, 1620 Kings, Blue Abstick, Detonator, Nimpt, and Grace's Blaze. Those are the teams that qualified. James Cheese is Vert, Realize, and Kami. They went through 3-0. You had Tough Love as the other team going through 3-0. They are Sigums, Furlash, and Ake. I don't know if I'm saying that right. H. Let me know if that's incorrect. Detonator, Burn, Mikan, and Lunatic. Nimpt, Shaolon, Popo, and I don't know how to say this. Blue Abstick is Blue, Abs Crazy, and Chaotic. 1620. Bunny Dummy, fantastic name. I love that. Squiggly and Gerald. Man, that's a great name, Bunny Dummy. I love that. And then Echo. So there's some of your teams from APAC. Let's just take a look at the main event teams. It's pronounced H. Okay. So you had Paradigm. We've seen Ballaris. We've seen Kevin. I think we've seen Misty as well. We're probably familiar with them. Broccoli. Fantastic team name. Fantastic logo. Cowweb City. Cert. Ganders. XFS. Dark Rift Esports. And Asia Manji. So those are your teams in APAC. Obviously, we're going to keep our eyes on James Cheese. We're going to keep our eyes on Tough Love. They're going to be a good team. Keep our eyes on Gladiators. OSM. If you guys did not know, OSM has now moved over to the APAC region to play alongside Max U and LCT. Definitely going to be a good team. 1620 Kings. Keep your eye on them. I think Blue Abstick and Detonator are also great teams as well. Paradigm. Oh, yeah. Okay, Paradigm as well. Keep your eyes on them. I think APAC is definitely going to be more competitive than it was last season with combining the two regions. What's up, Ash? That's right. No Verdi. That's right. That team disbanded and kind of, I think, went their own ways. Broccoli logo is top tier. Facts. What's up, Cody? What's up, Demon? What's up, D-Flex? To be honest with you, Dark Zero played fine. They played fine up until the last moment. They played fine up until the last moment. And I actually don't think they played bad against Seoul, but Seoul's a good team, and I think they just got they just took an L. There's really not a whole lot else to say. Yeah, Davis, I think it'll grow. There wasn't a pro scene until RLCS 21-22. And, I mean, they've already got players moving to that region, so I think it'll grow. It'll grow. Any insight into what happened with Furia? I mean, I don't have any insight. No, I didn't get to watch them, unfortunately, at least not closely, through the top 16 Invitational Qualifier. And then last night I was bouncing around between all kinds of different streams. And I don't know. They just, I don't know. I thought they performed better than they did.
Here's to 9 months of you wrecking Fear. So hard.
Big Life, thank you so much for the 9 months, man. I appreciate that. How you doing this morning? Yeah, hopefully with Unreal Engine 5 release, I hope they really go crazy with it. I kind of feel like they need to, or people are going to be pretty dissatisfied. All right. We'll cover a few things this morning that have recently been announced. We got Evil Geniuses officially announcing their team of Ivan, Catalysm, and Tox. Everybody knew the rumor, but now it is official. Exciting stuff for EG. On top of that, they bring Verge in as a coach. So good for EG. What's up, Merlin? What's up, Jay? Merlin, you'll have to ignore Ash. You'll have to ignore Ash. He just says stuff. Yeah, just ignore him. What's up, Jay? Kind of knew Fury were going to do bad. Too many powerhouses. Fury weren't. The thing is, they were struggling against the non-powerhouses. I mean, like by what you're saying, when they got to close qual, they should have just waxed everybody, and they didn't even do that. Yeah, he is a full-time troll. That's his whole shtick. What's up, Luke? Thank you for the follow. Any news on Vodafone Giants? Not that I know of. Yeah, Theman is right. Yeah, they were struggling against some of the small teams as well. Ajax is very good. He is a good player and probably underrated. But top 5 in the world, Ash, is, I mean, that's ridiculous. What's up, CC? What's up, Chrissy? Good morning. How are you doing today? What else was there? There was one more. Oh, we got, let me pop this open, actually. Boom. Endpoint rumored to sign a team. And, oh, I should talk about... the King Rizzo providing some bubble player opportunities. All right, so first thing we'll look at, Endpoint. What? Mark, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. 29 months, my man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Endpoint is signing a new team of Devo, Crispy, and Simus. Man, I always butcher these names. I don't know how to say these. Simus is what I'm going to say. Obviously, many of us are going to be familiar with Devo. I think Crispy and Simus are up and coming players, but it seems like they got some. Let's see. It seems like they got some vouchers from pros in the replies. Oh, that's not. This is Steak Luis P. Hold on. Yeah, Joyo. There's a lot of comments talking about this team's trash. What a fall off. Blah 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 blah. And Joyo says comments don't know ball. Blaze, great player as well. North American bubble player. The haters on this move haven't seen Seamus played in rank X. So seems like they are, and they're fairly, I mean, for me too, they're fairly unknown players, but it seems like there are some high-level players that have faith in them. So we'll see how Endpoint performs. But you also have Guild rumored to sign the trio of Steak, Luis P, and Acro. And a lot of people vouching for Acro as well. Be exciting to see this roster perform. Actually, let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I could go. There was an event. The completed. All right, so this was an event over in Europe. And before, I mean, Guild hasn't announced it yet. But this team of Steak, Luis P, and Acro, they ended up winning the event. They took down Hyder, Gom, and Bluey. Shout out to Gom in the finals. But the event had some great teams that had Heat, Parka, Foris, and Juicy. It's a pretty good team from last season. Oski, Speed, and James. I mean, obviously that's got some talent on it as well. Grow Noobs, Econ, Yukis, and Whiskey Drink. Top Blokes is in this as well. So there's some good teams for sure. See. This was the upcoming Endpoint roster as well, rumored Endpoint roster. And like I said, the rumored Guild expected team, the team that Guild is expected to sign, ended up winning it. So we'll see what they got. We'll see what they got as well. Exciting times. Organizations starting to be announced. Like last week we saw NA announce all of their stuff because they had their games coming up this weekend. And now we're going to see EU announcing all their stuff, as they have their games coming up this weekend. All right, here's a clip from Pickle Chips. As for it, John Sam and myself. What's up, Sparrow? Queen's favorite? Yeah. They were baiting it, weren't they? You see Turbo said after the match against Spoon and Asphira? I sure did. He said, thanks for the scrims. Turbo. Ultimate troll. Oh, man, thank you, Owen. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much. I was listening to, yesterday when I was bouncing around the different streams, I was listening to all the different casters and some of the things that they do, taking some mental notes. All right. We got big news here. Rizzo announcing the Bubble Player Tourney. This is something that kind of blew up on Twitter and has been talked about for literally years at this point. James, Jorby, Corelli, and Rizzo are hosting a $1,500 tournament. They'll be taking the 17 through 23, through 32 seeds. All right, so check it out. We're going to go back over here, and we're going to go to Open, and we're going to scroll on down. Boom, 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 boom. So these teams. Down in here. These teams are going to get an invite to play in Rizzo's tournament. Kudos to them for doing that. Absolutely. Night's kind of clean. Absolutely. PK got a great start to the season. Hopefully we'll keep it up. Maybe shock some people in the main event as well. Rizzo and the squad have named this event Regain, which I think is beautiful name. Absolutely perfect. And if I'm not mistaken, okay, there we go. Tuesday, October 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This is for NA at the moment. It really is a perfect name. Such a good name. So, yeah, shout out to Rizzo, James, Jorby, and Corelli for putting this on. Hopefully players actually play. Because I'm sure it will be quite frustrating after hearing all of the complaining to actually organize it and put it together, put some money up for it, and then players don't play. I imagine that would be quite annoying. What's up, CJ? Didn't expect the Knights like that. You know what? I think that's fair. The Knights obviously had a little bit of an up and down season last year. But they sure did look good in this first event. Jumped out of a plane yesterday. What the heck? Was it fun? Did you enjoy it? That is something that a lot of people talk about wanting to do, and I have no desire to do that. I am terrified to jump out of a plane. I am perfectly content with my feet here on the ground. If people play and it gets some traction, it can help potentially get some sponsors for a bigger prize pool. I think you're right. It could definitely help get some sponsors. I don't know how much they're going to increase the prize pool, though, and here's why. I should have just minimized that. I don't know why I closed it. All right. So if Rizzo's event is for all the teams that did not make the regional, okay? If Rizzo's event is for the teams that did not make the regional, then it most likely shouldn't be higher than this number. Or at least I think that's what most people feel like. What's up, Jack and Tech? What's up, Stables? Because if you're making the main event and your team is making $1,000, which you then have to split 3 ways, so you're making main event as a 15-16 place, and then you make $300. But then the teams that lose and they don't make it to main event, if they're making $2,000, that's kind of, you're like, well, hold on, that don't make a lot of sense. So I think that is, they're probably not going to hike the prize pool too high. That's my guess. I mean, there's nothing saying that Rizzo can't. He could do whatever he wants, but I'm just guessing that he's probably not. The sponsors will probably help pay for it, but I don't think the pricing is going to just get like really large. I don't think they're going to hold like a $5,000 event every 2 weeks or something. You think BDS will win? BDS is great, so they certainly could win. Yeah, exactly. More money, more sponsors, more money could go to more events. Yes, 100%. And right now it's NA, so maybe it could even be something that expands to EU as well. This is actually this is just the standard Matt Tattoo. This is standard Sunsetter. It's beautiful, though. What's up, 2XC? You like the ocean, open water? Oh, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. What's up, Gerben? Yes, yes, I did see NRG 3.0 yesterday. I'll say this, though. Like, even though it is a 3.0, the few times that I popped in there, it certainly didn't look, like, ultra dominant. And so I don't know how optimistic I am that NRG's a top. You know, I still don't think they're going to be, like, top 5. You know, I think they'll probably sit between that 6 to 10 area. But at the moment, I'm not sure... I'm not sure that I can be confident about them being top 5. Why just EU expanded to all regions? Because in some of the newer regions, Square Tool, you don't have that many teams that are competitive. How about the new logo for RLCS? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It seems like it's definitely going more towards the traditional sports route of, like, just branding. Six to 10, yeah. I mean, right now they would be technically the 9th best team. NA had 490 open qual teams. APAC and OC had like 50 each. So there's like obviously a quantity difference, but there's also a quality difference. I think the regions like OCE, SAM, MENA, SSA, APAC, I think they would benefit more from like a heavier investment into the top tier, whereas NA and EU have been heavily invested into for a long time, and now I think it's to the point where they would benefit from investing just a little bit into the tier 2 as well, which is exactly what Rizzo's doing. Only streamer that reads chat. Man, I try, Adam. I try. I'm not going to be able to read them all, obviously, but it's what, for me, it's what I think. I've said this a few times, but it's what makes streaming unique. Like when you put a YouTube video out, you can't respond to somebody right then and there. Where do I find the Break Check podcast? Great question. It's going to be on YouTube, and this year, this season, I'm going to have it on Spotify as well. I have not released an episode yet, but I actually plan to record one tonight as kind of a preseason, like, this is what's going on. This is the top 16 qualifier results. This is the closed qualifier results for NA. And hopefully get that up. Hopefully for tomorrow. That'd be nice if I can get up for tomorrow. I got a lot to do today, though. Hasn't read a chat like a month. Come on, Seek. That's not true. If NRG finish top 10 in any split, I'll fly to America and hand deliver a letter of apology to Garrett and Justin and pray that Shaq doesn't beat me up. Ash, if you don't come through on your word, I'm perma-banning you. If they go top 10 and you don't come through on your word, I'm perma-banning you. Yeah, I do. I don't even know. I don't know if podcasts. I don't know if podcast is the right word, but just like a little segment. It's kind of a recap. What I have done in the past is just talk about the closed qual and the event and how players performed and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just me. Yeah, it's just me on it, Owen. I will be trying to get some guests here and there, though. I'd like to get some player interviews. What's up, Midnight Cap? Thoughts on these 16 teams compared to Regional 1 last year's teams? I think it's a little bit stronger, like, in the 9 through 16 spot. I think 1 through 5, maybe a little bit better, but it's pretty similar. 6, 7, 8, and 9 is probably a little bit stronger as well. But then you're, like, 9 through 16, I feel like it's a lot stronger. What's up, Tristan? What you doing, man? How things going? They weren't completely dominant. They looked better, way better at connecting plays and each other being in the right place. They sure did, Gerben. They definitely did. I think the thing to remember is that's against lower level competition. And I'm not saying that those teams are bad by any means, but they're definitely not the same caliber as like FaZe, G2, V1, Space Station, Optic. Hootie the man, my boy Tristan. How you doing, bro? Congrats on CRL qualification as well. I think I saw that right. I hope I saw that right. If I said that and I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. Yeah, totally fair, Gerben. Totally fair. I hope that NRG performs well, though. I hope that they do. Any details? Midnight, it's going to be 1 year. It's going to be 1 year. Perma ban me if NRG isn't world champs this season? CJ, come on, bruh. Who's go? Okay, Seek. Okay, chill, Seek. Chill. 1 year from when it happened, or from when they announced it. He's basically gonna miss all this season, and then next season he can play. That's the easiest way to think about it. Oh, yeah. Owen, man, I'll tell you, obviously I'm not going to tell you what I think you should do, but I'll tell you what I do and how I think about it. I just do what I want to do, and I don't care how many other people are doing it. For me, it's always just been about trying to prioritize having fun and enjoying it, because ultimately, like, that's the whole reason for doing it. And I'll be honest, as far as like esports coverage, like sure there are a couple people that are doing it now, but bro, like, dude. Okay, think about, and I know that esports, and specifically Rocket League, is nowhere near this size. Okay, but think about this. How many people in the NFL cover the sport? You probably got hundreds or thousands, and some of them just cover fantasy football. Some of them cover stats. Some of them cover a singular specific team. Like, I truly believe that as esports continues to grow, this is like one of the markets that is like, the demand is going to heavily outweigh the supply for a long time, because there's just not really people covering esports right now. It's not super common. There are a few that are. Y'all think about Shift. Later, Ash. Why is Shift so entertaining and so engaging? Because no one else does it. In sports, you've got all kinds of people covering that stuff. You hear rumors from all over the place. So, I don't know. In my opinion, I have never really considered what's going on around me. And the only thing I consider is like, is it interesting? Is it fun? Will I enjoy making it? And if the answer to those things is yes, then I just make it. Or I do it. That's what I would do. Yeah, some of them just cover betting. That's true. What's up, Ambition? How are you doing today? What rank are you? I am Grand Champ 1. Is there a list? Yeah, I think if you do sounds, like exclamation point sounds in the chat, it's going to give you a list of most of them. I got to update it, but it just hasn't been a high priority lately. I'm trying to take care of some other things. What's up, Kishiro? Or Kishi Robot. Definitely going to grow. I think so, too. I think so, too. Optic CDL team has a specific writer at a local paper. It's interesting getting interviews after every series or event. Yes, dude. I would love to get interviews after events. I think that'd be such good content. And here's the thing with esports that's like, all right, so when you're watching traditional sports, you, at the very least, you get to see the human. Right? Now, you may not get to know that NBA player, but you get to see the human. You get to see their body language. You know, there are interviews and stuff. You get to hear them talk. And so you kind of get a feel for like, how do they behave, their personality, them as a character. Esports, Like, for Rocket League people, like, we just see an Octane or a Finnick. We don't know anything about these people. And I think it's going to make fans, like, further invest into Rocket League as an esport if they were able to connect to the player a little bit better. What's up, Java Dev? So I think interviews and stuff like that is just a quick moment where a player can kind of put their personality on display. Rocket League Nardwar, I agree. They're young kids, though. All right, they are definitely younger, but I think they can definitely speak. I mean, half of them do content anyways. Maybe not half, but a good portion of them. And they're, you know, they're 15 to 20, what, 23, 24, oldest pro. You know, I think and obviously not every one of them is going to want to participate. And some of them are going to be very bland. Some of them are going to be very bland. But that's fine, too. There will be people that like the bland players. There will be people that like the ones that are, like, quiet. They don't talk. They just handle their business on the stage, and then they go on their own way. You know, there will be people that like that. We see Octane body language. Exactly. Yeah, Dig did it pretty well. What's up, 75? How you doing? There are some orgs that do a pretty good job of, like, exposing their fan base to the players. And I think it would be so much fun. I think it'd be so much fun. Yeah, there you go, Owen. Exactly. So, yeah, exactly. So, like, whatever it is that you like, so you're talking about prof, players, etc. Whatever it is that you like, that's what, for me, if it was me, that's what I would do. I would just do what I like. If you ever had time, check out That Good Sports on YouTube. It's a guy who just covers Denver Broncos, and his style is fantastic. Would love to see that with Rocket League. I'll look it up, Seek. I'll write it down, actually, because I'll forget if not. What's up, Shink? What's it called? That's Good Sports. Yeah. A reporter on some local high school events. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as far as like esports, podcast, sports talk radio style content demand, man, I think it's there. I think it's there, and I don't think it's going. I think it's going to increase with time. What's up, Mr. Quabi? What's up, Hero Vision? Fan RL? Jackie Moon, how you doing? Kawhi, the most boring guy ever. Funny. People love him, though. What's up, Ambition? How's my weekend? It was freaking awesome. Thank you for asking. It was so good. I got a lot of stuff done around the house. And I got some things done for, like, preparation for next season. Y'all want to know what I did? Y'all want to know what I did? I uploaded a short per day on YouTube all the way through November 3rd. I uploaded like a month's worth of shorts because it was so easy. I just uploaded clips from all the twos events. It was so easy. I mean, it took like an hour, I guess, but I just download from one and then pop it on the other one. Seem energized. Yeah. The thing is too, so I got some stuff done, but it also wasn't like just work all weekend. I also got good amounts of like rest and chill time. So it was a great weekend. It was a well-needed weekend because we're probably about to be on go mode for the next like month and a half, 2 months. I swear it is, Ambition. I'll go more specific, though. I'll go more specific. And I think the more specific thing is consistency. So it doesn't necessarily have to be daily, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like super long. You know, a lot of live streamers get caught into the trap of like, I could be doing more and I could be growing faster, so I have to do more. And so they'll do 7 days a week and they'll go 8-hour streams, and it's like, bro, you're gonna hate what you're doing. I would hate what I was doing. Let me not speak for other people. If I tried to go 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, I would hate it. I would not like it. It'd be awful. But I have set boundaries. So I still have my weekends. And even the days that I do stream, y'all know I don't stream all day. I stream from like 9 until 12 or 1. And then I go do the rest of the stuff that I need to do for the day. Whether it's like, you know, social media stuff or trying to get other posts ready or like communicating with others, whatever. But I have been very consistent with it. I do 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern time every day, and I've done it for like the past year. Or actually almost 2 now. And so I think, you know, daily or daily is great if you could do daily, whatever it is, whether streams, YouTube videos, whatever, TikTok. But I think even more important is consistency. So if you could do 3 times a week, do 3 times a week. If you could do 5 times a week, that's great too. What's up, Raxy? 4-hour stream. I think it's good too. I totally agree. But there's a lot of streamers that would feel like 4 hours is not long enough. Like they got to go longer. Vouch for the boy Nifty. Quabi, if he is interested in doing something with me, he can message me, of course. What's up, Hooch? I definitely think you're right. I think when people can bet on esports, it's certainly at the. I don't know about the tenfold. You know, I don't have a number, but I do think at the very least it will help it grow. What's up, Darth? How you doing? Day is going great. Thank you so much. Tell him to send me a DM on Twitter or something. I'm not gonna say that I can participate or anything, but tell him to send me a DM on Twitter. Is your stream time-based, or what's best for you, or what do you think is best for growth? That's a great question. Let me come back to it. Rome and Jazzo were dropping some nuggets last night during a watch party. Nuggets of what, Big Lave? How'd the broadcast go? Shink, that was great. It was great. I mean, all I did was Rogue on Friday, and Rogue went crazy. It was a lot of fun. Hey, there you go, Darth. There you go. Best of luck with it. It's hard for me to catch all the games for RLCS and then discuss them on my show. Now I realize that isn't possible for me, so I just try to cover less content, better quality. There you go. Make it work for you. I think that's super important. The thing that I've learned about content creation as I do more of it is that I don't know anything, and I'm just constantly learning. You need to be flexible. You need to be willing to adapt and change your strategies or whatever. But I think the big thing is just being open. Because I definitely had an idea of what I thought it might be, or what I thought would work well, or what I thought I wanted to do. But I had to make some changes as time went on. I don't know about that, Icarus. In fact, we've got RLCS talent not being invited back, so I definitely don't know that they're looking to expand. Commentary from Chrome on SSG's team chemistry last season. Chrome telling Jazzo how SSG's game plan against G2 in their shared era. Just more behind-the-scenes stuff. Nice. That is interesting. I love hearing that stuff. I love hearing that stuff. Open as in open-minded? I mean, yeah, open-minded, but like, I think a lot of people think about like politics or, you know, varying morals or philosophies, and that's not really what I'm talking about. When I'm saying open-minded, just being willing, like, all right, so when I took off on this journey, I originally took off to be a coach. I got my degree in education, and what I wanted to do was coach traditional sports. for a high school team and then potentially like collegiate. If I found success. And then when I got into Rocket League, I started doing some coaching, and then it started to match. You know, I started to do well enough where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave my career and I'm gonna pursue this. What I wanted to do was coach individually, one-on-one sessions, but I wanted to try to, long-term goal was to coach a team in RLCS. But as I got further and further into it, I was doing content as like supplementary income, supplementary brand growth, etc. And then eventually I started enjoying the content more. And the coaching was very stressful. It's a hard ladder to climb because when the pros don't know who you are, like, why would they give you a chance? You know what I mean? And I don't mean that rude, but like, they don't even know who you are. So, I eventually got to the point where I wanted to do content and not coach, but I was really hard on myself. Like it almost felt like I was quitting. But that was silly. I was not quitting. I was still pursuing my goal, which was like to make a living off of it. It just wasn't coaching. It was content. And so I think the openness is more referring to that stuff of like being willing to change and, you know, you don't have to be stuck in what you originally set out to do. You can kind of pivot, do something a little bit different, change things up, change your strategy. I used to do gameplay. I know I'm sitting here in free play right now, but I used to do gameplay streams like ranked, and then I would do like viewer tournaments and stuff like that. And now I cover the esport almost exclusively. So just be willing to change, be willing to do what you think is fun and what you enjoy. What's up, Adam? Don't sleep on the nights. That's right. Yeah, Gregan was fantastic. Traditional sports, do you coach? When I was working in the public education system, I was helping coach the high school baseball team. But I have done basketball. I've done football. I've done individual like athletics lessons. So like speed and agility. I've done individual like basketball, shooting, dribbling lessons and stuff like that. How long have you been doing content? I started this entire journey in August of 2020. I did not go back to school that year when we started back up, and I said, I am going to see if I can make this work. What's up, loading? There are no games today. Games are on Friday. Captain Grog and No Sam, thank you for the follows. I know, Owen, I know. I feel so fortunate, man. I feel so fortunate. I've had great support from, you know, viewers, fans, consumers. I've had great support from peers. I feel super, super lucky. Illicit Jester, what's going on? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. No, I don't watch traditional sports. I played football, basketball, baseball, soccer. I ran some track as well. I was very, very, very into competing and athletics in general. When I got into college, I seriously played like every single intramural that was available. I'm not joking. Literally all of them. I love competition. I love athletics. But I didn't ever watch it. I think my problem was I never wanted to sit still long enough. When I was younger, I was like bouncing off the walls all the time, dude. I've definitely settled down as I've grown older, but I just could not sit still. Hey, thank you, Poohorn. I appreciate that. You've done what you love. Really like to hear that. Thank you, Raxy. I appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you all for the support. Seriously, I appreciate that so much. I know if you guys, if any of you walk around, and not walk, but you get what I'm saying, bounce around from different streams to streams, something that I feel super grateful for is just the support inside of the stream. There are so many people that have to deal with just constant trash on their stream. From chatters and stuff, and everybody's always so encouraging and uplifting, and I appreciate it so much. What's going on, Captain Grog? Appreciate the kind words, man. Did you know anyone like Rizzo or within the scene when you started? No, I didn't know anybody. The way I got my start was volunteering for lots of different opportunities. I volunteered as a coach for 9 months for a team. Before that, I volunteered as a coach for about 3 months. Before that, I volunteered for the university that I went to school at, where I got my degree. They had an esports program pop up. I volunteered there for about 8 months. And before that, I volunteered for about 2 years lifting the high school esports program off the ground in the school district where I was working. So about really, in all honesty, about 2 years, almost 2 full years of, really 2.5 years of volunteering before I really made any kind of money off of coaching. But all that all that time, you know, I was networking, and networking is such a business term. I don't like it, but like just investing in the community, and it was, you know, investing back in me, basically. This is what I always say. People ask, like, how do you grow your stream? How do you grow your YouTube channel? How do you grow your Twitter? How do you know? And I always say this, like, okay, if you move to a new city, how would you make friends? You would go hang out at the coffee shop, or go hang out at the bar, or like go to a sporting event. You have to go to these communities and like invest in them, and they'll invest back in you. If you just sit in your room, like, you're probably not going to make friends unless you go to those places. So like being active on Twitter, being active on Discords, being active on Reddit, whatever it is, you know, that's really how you work your way into things. And the thing is, like, if you are being active for the sole purpose of like people following you, people are going to feel that, and it's not genuine. But if you're active because you're like genuinely interested in your hobbies, then you know, people will also feel that. Let's go. Hey, that's what I like to hear, Illicit. Do your thing. Do your thing, homie. Oh, what's up, Vet? Okay. The name change. Okay. While you're teaching, it's also, you also learn as well, and it's great. Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate the kind words. I hope things are going well. You have to put yourself where the energy is. That's right, and you have to put energy in. What's up, New? How you doing? Main event predictions on Thursdays.
We all feel your genuine care for what you do, and we all appreciate your contribution to the scene.
Hey,
Thanks,
thank you.
Hoodie.
Thank you, Buffalo. I appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you so much. Burby, what's going on, man? Sheesh, it is birthday month.
Happy birthday
oh
month,
my.
Hoodie. Can't believe it's already October. Hoodie Pogs, Hoodie Stash, Hoodie Pogs.
This is gonna be Adam. Thank you so much for the 100 bits as well. I appreciate that. We're turning 30 motherfreaking years old, bro. God
Choo-choo.
dang. Bro, I'll be 30. I'm gonna get wrinkles on my face. Yazid, what's going on? How you doing today? What's up, Spiz? 30? No, absolutely not. Barbie, thank you for more bits. Anonymous Cheer, thank you for the bits as well. I appreciate that. 30 in April. Bro, 30. Oh, no. 30. Bro, we 10 years older. Hey, that's another thing, too. I think a lot of times we are maybe hesitant to jump into content creation or even just any type of new venture. You know, whether even if it's not content creation, like let's say you're starting your own, you start your own used car sales lot, right? A lot of us are intimidated by doing those new things as we get a little bit older. And look, I realize that being 30 is not super old, but I feel like there's this like severe focus, or how do I say? There's this idea that you've got to have it all figured out by the time you're like mid-20s. And like if you don't have your mortgage and you don't have your spouse and you're not working on kids by the time you're 30, it's like you're already behind. And it's like, bro, what? Why are we rushing? I got all kind of time. Furby, thank you for more bits, man. I appreciate it. Hagnat, what's going on?
Going on.
Hey, what's going on, Spectre? 53 so young to me. Let's go. Hey, that's another thing, too. I guess about this community specifically, it definitely is a much more mature community. We got some folks that are a little bit, yeah, we got some boomers in the chat. We got some boomers. That's funny. Hagnat, thank you for the 300 bits as well, homie. I appreciate that. How are you doing today? 30 going on 300. Okay, chill, chill, chill. The only reason any of this stuff feels old at all is just because of the space that we're in. Dude, the thing is, y'all listen to other streamers, y'all listen to other gamers, they'll call each other old when they hit 20, bro. They're like, oh, you're 20? Oh, you're old, bro. Time to retire. It's like, bruh, 20? That's not old. Doing well. Hope you are as well. Thank you so much. I am, Hagnap. I am. I had a great weekend. We are not boomers, Gen X. Boomers, I feel like that term has just come to mean old. Of any sense. What's up, Reccan? How you doing today? It's so funny. It's so funny because when I was in education, I was like the entire. So I worked in elementary school, and I was one of 3 males in the building, and I was like 25, 26, 27 when I worked there. And so there were some other young teachers just like me, but they all had spouses, right? And so even though they're my age, they feel like their behavior is much older than mine. You know, they got to go home and take care of the kid, blah, blah, blah. They got a house, whatever. I'm sitting there, I'm living with roommates, you know what I'm saying? No spouse, no girlfriend. I'm going home and playing video games all night. And it was so funny because I was like the school, like the whole school, everybody, all the employees, they liked me, but they all treated me like the little like nephew or something. Bro, they would bring me leftovers that they cooked on the weekend. You know, they go get lunch. They go get lunch and they bring back like an extra, extra soup or whatever. They bring it to me. I was like the little kid of the school. And then I moved to this and now I'm the grandpa. Like such a severe flip of the script. Yeah, I was a little bro, exactly. It's so funny. What's up, Sensei? Thought I was old at 36. Nah. And here's what's crazy. As time goes on, video games are not going to be viewed as like a young person thing because all of us are going to be playing them as we get older too. So like that whole idea that video games are for young people, that's going to slowly fade away. Yeah, they was taking care of me. Sensei, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Facts. I like that.
Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Nodders.
K Mears, I am Grand Champ 1.
Grandpa Hoodie about to lay down some serious truths about the evolution of gaming.
Perfect. Thank you for the bits, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Started following a stream that's freaking 70 and playing. Let's go. That's what I'm saying though. Like as time goes on, this stuff is not going to be. It's not going to be so young centric. And I know that probably doesn't make sense, but y'all know what I mean. Like my poor grandma, she's like scared of the internet. You know, she's like, she don't want to touch the phone. She don't want to be on the internet. She doesn't want to make payments digitally. She doesn't like that. But when I'm a grandparent, obviously I'm not gonna be that way. So things are just gonna change as time continues on. Furby, thank you, bro. Just keep slinging them out. I appreciate it, man. My best friend's last day as a teacher is this Friday. He went through the same thing. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Turning down the shorties for the grind. That's right. That's right. No, I definitely did go into grind mode, isolation mode. The thing is, I took a chance, right? I took a chance.
You know bro be turning down all the shorties for the RL grind.
That's right.
Stud of the scene FR.
Thank you so much, Owen. I appreciate the bits. But when you take a chance like this, like I went and got a 4-year degree and obviously paid a significant amount of money. I'm a first year or a first generation graduate. My parents didn't go to school. Secondary school, like they didn't have a degree or anything. They also couldn't pay for my degree, so you know I got plenty of loans and stuff. But when I go do all that and then I get a degree, and then 3 years later, I straight up quit. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna go pursue something else. You know, everybody looking at me like, bruh. You know, it's a head scratcher moment. So there was definitely some pressure, and there still is. There's definitely pressure to make it work. And so, yeah, I went into grind mode. I was like, you know, fortunate. Well, I shouldn't say fortunately, but the pandemic hit and like no one could socialize anyways. So I was just at the house, Rocket League all day, every day. Fortunately, I like it though. I like Rocket League, so thank you, Jedi. I appreciate it, man. Thinking into video games till I was 17, couldn't play traditional sports anymore. Now 33, with 2 kids, and video games are my Sunday softball league. Yes, let's go. I love that. I love that, Hooch. I love that. Yeah, I didn't really play. I had some consoles here and there. I played Pokemon when I was young, and I played quite a bit. I'm sure a lot of 90s kids did. And then I had consoles growing up. I had a PS2, and then I ended up with an Xbox 360 later on. But they were really just glorified DVD players. I went through a pretty big pretty big phase of playing Guitar Hero. But that was less about video games and more about like I wish I could play instruments. And so that was kind of how I did that. But I love that. I played that quite a bit as well. But then I didn't really play video games. I didn't have a console. My friends introduced me to Rocket League. We started playing Chaos on a single screen, literally split it up 4 ways. And I just got hooked. And I think the reason I got hooked is because it's just like a sport. This is just like everything else that I've done in the past. Like, you have this body, right? Like humans have a body, and like you just how fine can you or like can you refine your execution? Like that's basically how you win games. When you play football against a football team, like there's no different characters or heroes. There's no different like kits. You know what I'm saying? There's no different game modes. It's just like you're on a football field and you play football against one another. Can you execute better? And Rocket League's just like that, where like it's so level, so fair. And then it's just about practice and execution. And yeah, and like Adam is saying, you're in total control. There's no pass button. Yeah. So it really is just like it's like the closest you can get to a traditional sport in video game form, and so it hooked me immediately. Yeah, exactly, Perry. Here's your course. And how well can you strike the ball exactly? So yeah, that is true, Furby. It's not a perfect comparison because there obviously is different body sizes, body types, but it's similar enough. Or maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I should say Rocket League is like as close as you can get to traditional sports, or closer than most other video games. Maybe that's the way to say it. Oh, there you go. That's where the name comes from. I like that, Spectrum. Little brother got me into RL, got hooked for the same reason. Yeah, man. Super fun. Pokemon the GOAT game. Facts. Played Pong when Atari came out. Let's go, Mama Frosty. My grandfather. So I just told y'all earlier about my grandmother who was scared of the internet, and her husband, he died a couple years ago. But he was actually a pretty big gamer. He had a Super Nintendo, and he loved playing Monopoly on it. And he played that. He played Monopoly till like, all the way till his 70s. But yeah, Hooch, I didn't really get into video games, at least not seriously, until probably 23, 24. And even then, I still don't feel like I'm really into video games. I'm into Rocket League, but I don't play other video games. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Buffalo. And he was good, bro. He was good. He would always whoop up on us. Mario Kart's, there you go. Mario Kart's a great game as well. What's up, Bermick? He getting the bag. That's right, he getting the bag. Father-in-law is obsessed with Zelda. Okay. He's 80 now. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely think moving forward, it's going to be a lot more normal for adults to be involved with video games and play them longer in life. It's just a cool hobby, man. And like as the digital age, as we get further into the digital age, it's going to be more and more normal for people to connect online. Yeah, exactly, Furby. It's almost like Rocket League is more sport-like than even real-life sports. Thoughts on Furia getting smacked? I was surprised. I was surprised. I did not think Furia... I thought Furia would be doing the smacking. Using 8 bots, take your roids. Yeah, there you go. What's up, Birchfield? The first NA regional this weekend. That is correct. That is correct. Tomorrow, we're going to do power rankings. So if y'all got some opinions about how these teams stack up against one another, bring them tomorrow. We'll do some debating. We'll talk about why my opinion is trash. Yeah, I don't know that smacked was the correct word, but I know what he's saying. The fact that Furia ended up in closed quals is definitely surprising at the very least. G2 still favorites. It's not debatable. I think it's debatable. Especially since they lost Optic. Zeke, thank you for the follow. But having the opinion that G2 is the favorites is still a fine opinion. Probably the most common, actually, even. Yeah, slightly debatable. What's up, Depp? FaZe got swept. SSG's inconsistent. Yeah, totally. Yep, totally fine. I think if your opinion is G2 is the favorites, that is totally fine. But I don't think I agree with it's not debatable. I think it is debatable. Hoodyhooo chat. Man, the thing is, I'm very, very hesitant. I'm very hesitant to bring someone else on the stream. Because I don't know what they're going to say. And you know, for some of you that have hung around for a while and I've gotten to know you and everything, it'd probably be fine, but I've always been super hesitant of bringing anybody else on the stream. Yeah, Shopify did do some smacking. That is true. That is true. PK looked very good, Adam. PK looked very good. Yeah, V1 did look good as well. Yeah, Gusher's got it right. He likes the current dynamic of Hootie versus chat, where he sits there and wonders what exact argument we're making because we're constrained by chat. That's right. That's right. If I keep y'all limited in your communication tools, it always gives me the upper hand because I can argue and rebuttal quicker than you can. I can be more clear than you can. Gives me an advantage. That is funny. We'll catch you later, Spectrum. Thank you for being here. You think Fury will make the major? They haven't played very well this season so far. I think it's very possible. I think right now they've been in situations where it's like, and I'm kind of contradicting myself because I didn't think they would really. I thought they were going to be good enough where closed qual was never even on the table. I did not think that would be on the table, not even for a second. But that's nerve-wracking. You talk about pressure? Being top 6 in the world, moving to a new region, and then bang, you're in closed quals? Bro. That's pressure. So they may actually be able to, like, you know what I'm saying? They may actually be able to sigh of relief now that they're in the main event. And I still think Fury's a good team. Obviously, it's hard to determine where exactly they stack up in NA. But I think they definitely are still contenders at the very least. And I think I would still say probably favorites for the major. Maybe not #1 team, but I think they are one of the 5 teams that I would predict to make it, yeah. Yeah, Psyonix put Fury at top 2 in seeding. Twitch is working on a better tool for this. We're making a first-party guest star tool, and it will have the ability to report guests directly. Oh, I saw a tweet about that, Adam. I did see that, actually. That's a fact, Cody. When beast mode is on, V1 could be anyone. That's a fact. I think that fact is also the potential risk of that team. Because if beast mode is not on, they're still great. No, I should say they're still good, but they're not as great as they are when he's bopping. Oh, okay, okay. I hear you, Themon. Maybe their scrims weren't the greatest practice. I expect them and I expect Gen G to kind of settle in and improve with time. That's my expectation. See how it pans out. I could be wrong, but NA will make them worse. Maybe. I don't think I agree with you, but maybe. Optic still the underdogs? Definitely. Optic looked great. Optic looked great. They'll start playing slower. I hear some people talking about that, Rayanne. I hear some people saying that. And they like reference complexity as well. But I don't know. We'll see. You could be right. You could be right. Shopify the real underdogs. That's a fact. What's up, Stanley? I know complexity versus Fury and NA regional. Super funny. Glad got to see Optic versus Space Station first match out of the way. Yeah, I'm sure that is. I'm sure that is stressful, Jedi. I'm sure that's stressful. Yeah, I think they'll be better too, Birchfield. I think they'll be better. It's a shaky first event, but look, they're not the only teams that had a shaky first event. I mean, NRG didn't look much better than they did at the end of the season. Ghost is not even in the main event. I mean, I would say that FaZe looked shaky. You know, FaZe looked shaky. They're in round 5. FaZe qualified to top 8, but they certainly didn't look as clean as we expect them to. Space Station looked shaky in the preseason tournament. They looked incredible in the top 16 invitational. But they look shaky, so just early season. NRG's a lost cause. What's going on, Stanley? How you doing? Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point from Gusher, and I have heard this brought up a few times. Furia were not as good online as they were in live environments last season. That's a fair thing, a fair point. What's up, Shamrock? Neither NRG or Ghost has very high expectations. Okay, true, but the fact remains that they still did not reach those expectations. And that's what is true for Furia and Gen G at the moment as well. I'm not comparing Ghost to Furia as far as their level. I'm saying there are teams that have... There are other teams that have also not performed to the expectations that we set on them, even if that expectation bar is lower. What's up, Squid Up? No, that's so annoying. I wish I could lock tabs in place. Like where I have them placed on my desktop. Is that something that is possible? So I can't move it around? Because I accidentally move it and I don't want to move it. Right click tab, click pin. But does it pin that window in that place on the desktop? Or does it just pin that tab on that window? What's up, Maverick Cadaver? How you doing today? All right, so OXG didn't announce their roster, but Shift did put out this. Bro, what is Jory's a model? Is Archie a model? What is this? Look at these jaw lines. Why is Joria's have this smolder going on? Do y'all see this? Look at his eyes right now. He's like, bruh. These guys. There are no games today, Cardona. Welcome in. How you doing today? What's up, Panda? What's up, Hammer? Good morning. Good morning. A window manager. Ooh, okay. That might be a good idea. If you got it, flaunt it. That's right. What's up, Zing? Zinc? Is that how I say it? This team could be a glass cannon. This team could be very, very good. They could be mediocre, but they could be very, very good. Any more news on Rocket League 2? Not at the moment. Auction Esports have signed the team of Joris, Jorias, Oli, and Archie. Exciting times. Exciting times. Y'all give me just a moment. I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right. What's up, Cornelio? What's up, Drebin? I do want to show this because I think this is very interesting. So I think it's fairly, I think it's fairly safe to assume that Shift got the, what's up, Ribby? Hey, thank you so much. Happy announcement day. Nathan Henry. If you guys don't know, Nathan Henry is with Oxygen. He's a staff, also a good homie of mine. Tier 3 sub, 23 months. Thank you so much, Nathan Henry. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I was going to say, I think it's fairly safe to assume that Shift probably got this information directly from Adam, which is the COO and co-founder of Oxygen. They have a quote from Adam. We couldn't be more thrilled to announce this roster and prove ourselves this next RLCS season with such a strong team. Archie, Joriez, and Oli have nothing standing in their way of proving their potential and upping the competitive landscape and putting Oxygen on the international map for Rocket League. So, and there it is. Let's watch the we'll watch the announcement video here. Almost perfect timing. How old are the cats now? Man, they're about a year and a half old, I guess. Nathan, thank you again, man. I appreciate it. All right, so rolling in from EU, introducing our new Rocket League Esports roster. Oli, Archie, Jorius, are you ready? Heck yeah, I'm ready. Look at these guys. The cleanup crew. Yeesh. They got that nice car. The lads. Archie smirk. Yeah, good for them. Good for them. This is that's exciting. All right. OXG announced. Exciting stuff. These guys are attractive and good at RL. Yes, you will be hearing more from me tonight on a podcast. How did you know that? Cardona, thank you for the follow. Flex is often. If you all are familiar with Karma, her and Kronovi, and I think Spaceman as well, do a podcast called Off the Post. I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not, but they asked me to hop on with them this afternoon, evening. So I will be, that's funny, you're talking about a different one. I will be on a podcast, maybe not the one Big Leif was originally thinking about, but I will be on a podcast this evening. It's on Karma's, I think it's posted on Karma's Twitch channel. I was about to say, bro, like that is literally how I have no idea how you would have heard that. The only place, like that was confirmed like yesterday. Does Karma still play? I don't think she is currently on a team, but does she still play Rocket League? Absolutely. And is she still very, very good? Absolutely. She talked about potentially looking to jump back in this offseason. I haven't spoken to her since, and I don't know what all opportunities she explored. She is definitely still a very high-level player. Cardona, if you do !LP in the chat, it's going to provide you with a link to the Rocket League Liquipedia page, and that's where you're going to find all of your information about streams, times, games, events, players, etc. All of your information will be there. Yes, I can announce in Discord. What I'll do is whenever she sends out the tweet, I will ping the Discord as well. Yeah, Liquipedia. It's your one-stop shop for Rocket League esports information. It is a fantastic website. So helpful. I didn't know Chalkcast was tonight. But I definitely will not, if they're doing Chalkcast, I definitely will not be available for that. I'm doing this podcast at, I think it's 5 Eastern, and then I've got something I got to do after, so. No, I think you're right. It is usually on Mondays, but if I'm not mistaken, it's every other week, and so I always forget if it's going to be, like, I don't know if it's going to be on or not on Mondays. I always forget. Okay, I'm not even going to lie, because I don't have, you know, when you wake up and you drive to your job every day, Monday through Friday, it's like a little bit easier to keep track of days because you kind of have this thing that happens 5 days a week. And you know, like you have this countdown of like, okay, 3 more times I go to work, 2 more times. Okay, it's Friday. And you have 2 days you don't go to work. Dude, I am so bad about keeping up with what day it is. You know, how many days it's been. You know, I don't know. It's just so hard to keep things straight whenever I'm just at home every day. What's up, Raikou? Okay, be tonight, 8 Eastern. There you go. When is the official RL website going live? Great question. Great question. I am stuck in C3. What do I need to do to break GC? All right. If you have comfortably reached Champion 3, then you probably don't really need to elevate your gameplay too much. What you need to do is raise your floor. So make less mistakes, and obviously that's like a super two-head thing to say, but like improve consistency. You know, I don't think you need to be adding new things to your arsenal. You know, you don't have to add new things to your tool belt. I'm not saying you don't do it, because it can be helpful, but I don't think it's necessary. If you're at Champ 3, you can get to Grand Champ. You can get your 10 wins with the current level of mechanical skill. You just need to improve your consistency. Rotate. Rotating definitely does help. What's up, Lil Loco? Do you watch Mina? I do not. Same here. I don't know what day it is. What's up, Panda? Do you stream full-time? Yes. This plus commentating, casting, plus like sponsorship brand deals is how I earn a living. Just be better. There you go. It's great advice. To be honest with you, I think if you can when you intend to do so, okay, not every single time you touch the ball, but when you intend to do so, if you can have a high success rate of striking the ball with power when you're trying to do so, I'm so serious. I really think that is like number one. If you can do that, you can probably climb to Grand Champ. If you have basic movement, like basic movements like drift, power slide, air rolling, you know, basic recovery mechanics, you've got your, you know, you got your fast aerials. If you've got all the basic movement stuff, you've got that foundation built, and you can strike the ball with power, you're probably going to be able to get to Grand Champ. Do you need to be mechanical to get any higher than champ? I've been C1, C2 for 4 seasons. Can't seem to get any further. If you've been stuck for a while, then maybe it is time to start introducing some new things into your repertoire. But I'll be honest, I really don't think you need very high level mechanics, very advanced mechanics to get to Grand Champ. Now to move forward from Grand Champ, then yes, you got to increase and improve your consistency, but you also got to introduce some new tools to your tool belt, because defenders are going to be better, you know, etc. But up to Grand Champ, you really don't need super fancy stuff. My rank's Grand Champ 1. What do you think about Rogue in the top 16 qualifier? Ribby, they were insane. Rogue was... They did it in very Rogue fashion. Like, we had some good performances. We had some not so good performances. Like, against Complexity, my goodness, we just got waxed. Like, my God, we got absolutely pooped on. But the series before that, we played FaZe very tight. And the series after that, we ended up sweeping NRG. I mean, just classic Rogue stuff. Oh, you're actually, yeah, we did beat FaZe in Game 5. I thought we lost. We did beat FaZe in Game 5. But yeah, still, point remains. Very Rogue, very Rogue-esque Swiss qualifier. Look good at times, look bad at times. But maybe, you know, maybe this season is where they burst into top 8. I think it's gonna be a tough feat to accomplish, but maybe this is the one. What's up, Vino? No, I used to do coaching. I don't do it anymore though. One LAN regional, yeah. Maybe in the future, Ribby. There were some people saying that could be the motivation for making the 3rd regional based on RLCS points. Maybe in the future, they're looking at potentially making the 3rd regional a LAN. That'd be quite a heavy investment, but maybe it's a possibility in the future. What's up, Anthony? I don't know. I mean, I thought FaZe has looked really good. FaZe looked incredible in the preseason tournament and then shaky in the top 16. And then you got Space Station, who was the opposite, where they looked shaky in the preseason tournament and then incredible in the top 16. You got G2, who still looked great. They did lose to Optic, but they still look good. You got Optic, who played well in both the preseason tournament and in the top 16 qualifier. V1 looked great. They didn't play the preseason tournament. So I don't know. I really don't know. What's up, Gussie? I think there's probably like 6 teams right now that I think I would say are looking good to be at the top of NA. And then there's like 9 teams that I think still potentially can contend for the major. Furia did not look great. I still think they're major contenders. And I think hopefully this was just kind of a speed bump getting started with the season, but Which of the 7 do you not put it? Who are the 7? I'm just spitting out numbers. I don't know. 1, 2, G2, Phase, Furia, Complexity, Optic, V1, Space Station. Those 7 could be the top tier. I mean, I think if I had to choose one, I'd probably choose Complexity to pull out, but those 7 can be top tier. And then outside of that, I think Gen G still has the potential to be competitive. I think NRG still has the potential to be competitive. I'm not betting on it, but I think they have the potential. Yeah, see, I don't know how much of a drop. I mean, a big drop, yeah, maybe so. But I think Gen G and NRG are if they can clean things up, they can both be competitive with those top 7 teams. They moved pretty late. I don't know. I don't really know the timeline of it. Rizzo saying yesterday he thinks some people aren't putting enough weight into the difference between online and offline events when Hype and Fury up because everyone is comfortable online. Yeah, I heard him say that. And I think that someone else in here was saying that earlier where, like, Furia was really good on LAN. And I think what Rizzo's saying is, like, that maybe expose some weaknesses of other teams that maybe weren't so good on LAN. But now everyone's comfortable at home, so Furia don't have that advantage. That could be true. That could be true. I'd be pretty surprised if any teams outside the top 7 made the fall major. I mean, I would too. You know, like I said, Gen G and NRG are not teams that I'm betting on. But I recognize that they are better than a lot of the other people below them. NRG and Gen G are better than, you know, your Accrues, your PKs, your Ghosts, your X sets, your... Maybe they're actually not much better than Rebellion. Maybe Rebellion's in that category as well. Maybe you got like a tier 2 of Team Axel, Rebellion, NRG, and Gen G. Maybe that's kind of a tier 2 level. What's up, Tyler? Torch, how you doing? Drees has had one of the best careers org-wise. G2 to... Yeah, that's true. Drees has popped around in some top-tier orgs. At the same time, couldn't it be said that Furia isn't comfortable because they're quite literally in a different country now? Yeah, I think that holds just as much weight. I think that holds just as much weight as the whole offline-online thing. Yeah, Rogue and Dig, you throw them in there as well. I was just thinking of closed qual teams. But I think you're right. They fit in that category. What's up, QS? Those Step Bros are pretty good. They've definitely had I mean, obviously they would have liked to qualify, but they've had a pretty good start to the season. I think of the teams that didn't qualify, Little Step Bros, Ghost, Dark Zero, Accrue. I think those are all still pretty solid teams. Yeah, Dark Zero, yep. We see your controller? Just a scuff DS4. Team Twitter. Team Twitter matching up against Dark Zero was the most epic thing ever. I am so happy things lined up like that. What an insane bit of content for the Twitter sphere. The Rocket League Twitter sphere. I know, Regional 1, no turbo, I know. It's definitely sad. It's definitely sad. No Zanil either. I think Zanil is way too good to be missing regionals. Stealth looked really good. Knight was playing well. Drew was playing well. Seoul is definitely a sleeper team that a lot of mainstream viewers are not going to know, but they're a great team as well. I think Seoul is pretty comparable to Random's last season, which was two-piece, Chronic, and it was Knight as well. Knight was on that team as well. If I'm not mistaken, Randoms may have even had an iteration with two-piece, Chronic, and Stealth. And maybe not, but Stealth has definitely made regionals in the past. Knight has made regionals in the past. Yeah, Oxygen announced. We covered that just a few minutes ago. Took a look at it. Yeah. Unfortunate for Rapid, for sure. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. That's going to be it for today, though. I'm going to send a raid over to Gregan. Thank you all for hanging out today. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Hopefully you got your week off to a good start. Tomorrow, power rankings. It's going to be fun. Definitely come in here with your opinions. Ready to argue. We'll see. I may have some other things to do as well. But tomorrow really kind of starts off the RLCS season as far as like content and stuff, where we're really focused hard on RL esports. So I'm excited for it. But yeah, that's it for today. Like I said, y'all go show some love to Gregan. Appreciate you being here. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.